It's nice to be here. My name is Dr. Seibel. Help me out here. Come on, let's get some blood flowing. Yes. So sexy and sweet. Yes, you're hot. Come a little closer. Feel my heat. Come on, feel my heat. Yes, ladies. I know a lot about hot women, and I'll tell you why. I have been through menopause 10,000 times. Exactly. I have helped over 10,000 women transition into, through, and beyond menopause. I know a lot about hot women. And I can tell you that though they have been through that many women, everyone feels that she is unique justifiably because every experience in every one of you is unique. So you go through it, the symptoms that Dr. Simon talked about, you have your own personal experiences. I'd like to take just a short poll, if you can flash back to, no pun intended, before you came in and heard all the information. How many of you think, just a show of hands, that estrogen is unsafe, dangerous, and can cause breast cancer? How many of you feel that? Okay. How many of you feel that estrogen is safe and a perfectly reasonable choice to choose for treating your symptoms? Show of hands. And how many of you are a little bit confused and not entirely certain, maybe a little afraid about whether it's safe or it's not safe? How many of you? Okay, so what I find is across the nation, and as a result of my book, The Estrogen Window, I've been speaking all around the country, had the privilege to talk to quite a number of women around the country, and I can tell you that most people are confused and afraid because look how complicated it is to tease this stuff out. And when I talk at medical meetings around the country, I'm going to tell you a secret. Many of the doctors are also confused. And the reason they're confused is exactly what Dr. Simon was talking about. They read it back in 2002, plus the whole concept is that because of the fear was so massive, so great, that between 2002 and today, the number of women who are on estrogen is 80% less than it was in 2002. 80% less. Now, if you're a doctor training and you have 80% less opportunity to experience, learn, interact with, interface with, what do you think is going to happen to your experience? It's going to go down. And that's what's happened. That's what's happened. And then we have the other doctors beyond them, many of whom saw the headlines and felt like it's already been talked about. What do I need this other stuff? And you know the headlines are bold, right? And the retractions are small. And they come piecemeal because there were so many pieces to this study that to get the pieces out, teased out over a decade, and it's still coming out. Still coming out. And so as a consequence of all of that, it's been totally confusing, and it's been a self-perpetuating myth that has caused women to throw their hormones into the Potomac and do without it because they feel they can tough it out, right? Everyone wants to feel they have the ability to tough it out if they need to. And so they have toughed it out. Many have toughed it out. And that is too bad because of the health consequences that were explained here. I'm here because I care about it, and I want everybody here to walk away as a partner in her health care. I want you empowered to stay well so you don't have to get well. I want you to realize that the time that's spent on you is time that is invested, and it's not lost. That's what I want you to realize, that you have to nurture the nurturer, because you are the ones that nurture your children, your parents, your spouses or partners. These are all the things that you do, but you have to first nurture you. And I want you to have this information and be confident to use it. And so whether or not you take estrogen, It doesn't matter. It matters in terms of outcome, and it matters if you have early menopause or you have premature menopause. It matters a hell of a lot, because the health consequences of not taking estrogen there are profound on your mood, on your heart, on your whole being. And the comment that you made about taking care of all of you, my way of saying it is, I want you to take care of the sum of you, and not just some of you. Your body, your mind, and your spirit. I want you to be mindful of the way you're going to be changing, but you changed in puberty. We all are changing. We're constantly changing. We're in a state of change. How you're going to feel emotionally. And self-esteem is something that changes in women as time goes by. And many women get isolated. We work at home now. We do all these other things. It's important to have your posse. It's important to have your support. And so that is important, and a sense of purpose. But sometimes when the kids leave the house and the parents are, now, unfortunately, many are starting to pass on. What do? We used to do this and we used to do that. You have to have your sense of purpose. You have to maintain your habits that support a healthy lifestyle. Lower your stress. You've got to have a healthy nutrition. You've got to get adequate sleep. And you've got to exercise. Because whether or not you take estrogen, I promise you that your outcome, your life, your length of living, and the quality of it is going to be greater if you take those things into consideration. Then hormones and their alternatives, which I talk about in my book extensively. And finally, thriving beyond, which has to do with intimacy. It has to do with the hot flashes. It has to do with sensitive bladder. It has to do with mindset. You have to have the right mindset to go forward with strength and pizzazz and make your statement in the world and stay strong and powerful. And you've got to have spirituality. Because I don't care what you believe in, but you got to believe in something, because if that's all there is, then let's just keep dancing, So I just want to make that plea to you. And in closing, because I know the time is late, I'd like to play you one song, because I have a whole thing called Health Rock. It's music. So I'll play you one little song in the time we have.
It actually works with the McLean Project for the Arts. So art and medicine.
Well, this little song, I have many. I could give the song in music, this whole talk in music, and just talk a few words. But this is a song called Growing Old Gracefully. Back in the day for liposuction, tummy tuck and facial reconstruction, we all learned to live with what we got. Before Botox and facial peel, the white shade of her teeth was real. We didn't try to be who we were not. You could tell a book by its cover. You could tell your sister from your mother. The biggest goal in life did not used to be looking 30 at age 53. Well, back in the days for keratoplasty, wearing glasses wasn't nasty. All we really wanted was to see. We didn't try to fool no one. We worried less, we had more fun. We learned to grow old gracefully. You could tell a book by its cover. You could tell your sister from your mother. The biggest goal in life did not used to be looking 30 at age 53. Little pick in there. Well, before we were the Prozac nation, imperfection on occasion didn't cause a single tear to fall. We didn't plug bald scalp with hair, and when we grayed, we didn't care. The goal was not to be a Barbie doll. You could tell a book by its cover. You could tell your sister from your brother. The biggest goal in life did not used to be looking 30 at age 53. We're all gonna grow old old gracefully.